What's up? I'm Mike.
And I'm Phoenix from Linkin Park.
And you're watching TMF.
We were starting to write while we were still touring and everything like that, and it's just been, for us, it's been a long process, and I really feel like we were able to get a lot of hard work put into this with our songwriting. We're really excited about how it turned out, and I think that, there's always a pressure, especially us being a group of perfectionists. We always kind of put a ton of pressure on ourselves, and as we are right now, the best thing for us is just that we can say we like what happened. We like the outcome. We like how Meteor turned out.
Yeah, I think the pressure we put on ourselves is some of the most intense that's the first thing we try and live up to, because that's really important, especially in the kind of looking back on what we've done so far, to be able to listen to that and still say, we're still really happy with that. That's a good feeling. So we want this album to have that same kind of feeling, one of our goals has been to kind of give it a timeless quality, to make it, last, to make the music in a way that'll be able to stick around for a while. We started writing on the bus actually during Ozfest in 2001, which was the summer. So it took about 18 months. We wrote in the bus, and then we came home from tour and we wrote at my house. And then we wrote in the studio in LA, and then actually the very last week of that, Chester got sick, and we had to write in our mixing process, which, if you know anything about how a band usually puts a record together, you don't record during mixing. It's a bad idea, because your mixing is a finishing process, and to say that you're not finished with the record and you're finishing other songs is very, very difficult. So just to kind of get back to it, when we started in the bus, we'd throw some ideas together, usually on guitar and samples and things like that, given that we were working in a probably 7-foot by 7-foot space, and people come in one at a time and just throw ideas out, and that's where we got some of the really cool ideas, like the reversed guitar effect that's in the beginning of Somewhere I Belong. That was one of the first things that we came up with back in the summer of 2001. Chester came in and played this acoustic guitar track, and there was something about it that was cool, but it sounded just like acoustic guitar, so I tried to spice it up, and we all worked together and make those things come about. And somehow something as simple as that little part that you hear at the beginning of that song, that spawned all of the ideas for the rest of the song. And it does take a long time. It took 18 months to put that song together. It was one of the first ones to get started and one of the last ones to be finished. But we're really proud of it.
That was actually, I think, one of the songs where the vocals were finished during the mixing process.
Yeah.
Is on Somewhere I Belong. So you see, that song itself has this 2-year progression where it's just being tinkered with until you finally get, what you hear on the song.
Oh, we had to have written easily 30 or 40 finished choruses to that song, recorded them and said, that's a chorus, that sounds right, and then come back the next day or even the same day and just gone, you know what, we can do better than that. It's not good enough yet. And that's why it took until the mixing process to finish that chorus.
This album, coming over the last couple of years that we've been writing, it's probably been, there's been pieces of 80 songs, and so when we got to the studio, we had to cut it down to, these are the ideas that we're going, at each level there's a new cut, and I think that for us, what that enables us to do is really hone in on what we think is working or what we like the best, and at the end of it, we don't have 3 songs we really like, 4 songs, and at the end of it, we have a CD of 12, 13 tracks that every single one is something that we've been really, really excited about.
refers to a formation of rocks in Greece. There's a monastery on top of that. That stuff is kind of second to the fact that it's just a really interesting, mysterious place. And that's the kind of quality that we wanted the album to have. We wanted to have this, you know, like I said before, kind of timeless quality, mysterious quality. And somehow it feels really epic and big. And I think that that's what the album sounds like.
So I'm breaking the habits. I'm breaking the habits tonight.
The thing that everybody always says about your second album is that you get your whole life to write your first album, and then you get a couple of years, a couple months to write your second one. And we somehow managed to afford ourselves some extra time to really put in some hard work on this one. You know, I think it's partially in the fact that of our success with the first album, our label let us have a little leeway in taking our time and putting things together right, and I think it paid off. I think we're really happy with it. But it is kind of a more, I think there is a certain mature quality in this new one, musically and vocally, lyrically. You hear that everybody's a little bit older and getting better at what they do.
1 minute you're on top, you're not, watch it drop, making the rock stop, just before you hit the floor. 1 minute you're on top, you're not, missed your shot, making the rock stop. You think you won, and then it's all gone.
From the beginning, we've always just been really focused and dedicated to our songwriting, and I think we're lucky to have a group of guys that is really self-contained. Like within the 6 of us, not only is it with songwriting, but in everything we do, whether it's the video making, whether it's the art, all across the board, someone in the band is gifted in that area and has an active part. Like Mike works with a guy Frank Maddox to do all the art, and Joe contributes a little bit there. Joe directs the videos, you know. But in each little thing we do as a band, there's somebody in the band that has an active role there, and it's just kind of, I mean, from the beginning we've always done everything ourselves, and even now. We continue to try and be as active in every part of it as possible.
You know, we just do what we do. You know, we don't really put up a front about anything. We're not trying to be something that we're not. We're just, you know, we love music and we like playing it every night. We like writing it, and we like meeting our fans who enjoy it. You know, and I think those things have kind of stood up strong in the past few years, and I hope they continue to stay that way. I think those things show on the new album too. You know, we feel like a team, you know, and I think we play that way.
This is the Music Factory.